Um, well, I like the Shadowkeep content. I mean, no, there's no. I mean, that's really what I liked. I liked the Shadowkeep content. The Season of the Undying. I mean, I want to think it was just the Vex stuff, which was kind of not that special. You know, it was very clear that they had intended it to not stick around because of how,
Because of the level of effort they seem to commit to
you
it.
know,
Is that what you're trying to say?
yeah, I mean, it seemed like all of you can pretty much feel like I got all the weapons pretty quickly.
Hmm.
Um,
Well, I mean,
and
you know,
you know, the boss was not really all that special, and I don't feel like there was anything special about the puzzle itself. It was kind of cribbed from the menagerie.
well,
So, I
hon, I have a question.
mean,
You saying like you got all the weapons and then you were good, but why do you get the weapons? Yeah, I mean, the rolls are RNG.
what is
The
going on
rolls are
over
random.
there?
So you mean you got the perfect weapon of every class every time you did it?
I mean, I don't know the brand, the rolls are perfect, but I was okay with not having a perfect
Why is it
roll
a
because I don't think I'm gonna use these weapons
well?
that
Maybe
much
that's
anyway.
why you're not using them because you're not getting good rolls and you don't care about getting a good roll for it. So why would you use it if it doesn't have a good roll?
Because getting a good roll means doing this content over and over and over until I get a good roll, and I don't
Hey,
think
hon,
that's worth it.
I got a secret for you. You're playing Destiny. The gameplay loop has been for 5 years. Play this content over and over so you get the stuff you want. The entire point of the game. Excuse me. You know, I think we're very lucky to be lore people. We like the lore. We like the
Hmm.
grimoire. We like the finding the artifacts and reading the backstory. Because without that, you have a lot of shooty bang bang. And I think, yep,
Shooty,
that's it.
shooty,
You have a
bang,
lot of
bang.
shooty bang bang. There's a lot of that in Destiny, and I think they know it's part of the core gameplay loop. But like for example, like the thing I
Hmm.
showed you, like when I got that hammerhead, okay, that it was like it dropped as a
Hmm.
masterwork with a crazy color on it, intrinsic perks that I can't switch out of it. That was cool, and I think that part of the gameplay loop, I think Bungie knows now that that's as integral to Destiny as anything else. So I wonder, as I tell you, like I wonder why you play the game like a survival horror game. Like you put more stock in the fact that you have the things rather than whether or not they're good.
You might cut out.
Whatever. You, you tend to put more stock in whether or not you have the gun than whether or not it's a gun you're gonna use. And it's like if it's not a gun you're gonna use, then why keep it? Why even have it in your inventory? Why carry it around at all? Why not just delete it, turn it into shards, and be gone? I mean, no one else can see your inventory but you, hun. So if you're just stockpiling random stuff, it's like, why? Why do this? And I think, for the very least, um, Shadowkeep does that really well. I feel like they went out of their way to let you play the game however you want to play it. If you're a big PvE person, there's a bunch of activities for you to do. If you play Crucible, there's a bunch of things to do, bunch of bounties, bunch of meta, that you have to chew on. And then for those people that like everything, well, prepare to have an inventory that looks like Dado's. Just, enjoy your 10,000 legendary shards there, my man. Don't spend them all in one place. You crazy beast. But, I think on the gameplay side, I think Shadowkeep is probably the best. And it's probably the best it's been in a very long time. Story-wise, I was a little bit underwhelmed. Yeah.
Really?
It was no... listen, I feel like we should get this out of the way first, okay? It was no Forsaken, okay? Forsaken...
I mean, no, but it wasn't intended
Well, why
to be.
not? I mean, this is your first Bungie. This is your first Destiny. Outside of the influence of Activision, your number one chance to prove, yo, we got this. Or at least cater to the prevailing narrative that Activision was the one thing holding them back, holding them down from what they really wanted to do. So, quid pro quo, as a fan, you would say, hey, man, I guess this means that we're about to do the, And in response to that, I did feel that story-wise, it did a lot of Destiny-like things. We got the opening cutscene, the weird ominous thing that happens, and then boosh, you're thrown into a mission. You play the mission, the people talk to you, you see the things, you admittedly get a badass, completely soul-assaulting pyramid reveal that to this day still gives me goosebumps whenever I replay that level as a heroic. I just love turning that corner and it's just pyramid. And then the song kicks in, It does a lot of great table setting, but I feel like over the course of Shadowkeep, you don't really indulge any of it. And like I was telling you and Brandon the other day, it's like you play the game and they set up the Red Hive, to be this huge archetypal threat. Scarlet Keep and the Red Hive and the and then like about an hour in, the game kind of forgets about the Red Hive and you're just solely focusing on the pyramid. Which made me think like, all right, so why are these Red Hive here? Hi, I know you're like a handmaiden of the daughter of the peasant of the servant that picks up, Savathun's sister's daughter's crumbs, but Hashladun, I feel like you're like the Rapunzel. They just locked you in this tower to get bodied for life. I don't know your significance. And the game didn't bother telling me. So when we like really got through and chewed on Shadowkeep, we got into the garden, we talked to a version of ourselves. The darkness was obviously speaking through us. And then like, kind of like Warmind, kind of like Forsaken to some degree, even though there was a little bit more investment. Kind of like Curse of Osiris. It just ends with a cut to black. And I have questions. Why was my final boss fight the same as vanilla Destiny 2's? Do you realize that Shadowkeep ended in a fight with Gaul? I'm just gonna check that out.
Kinda, yeah.
Why did that happen?
That's
Darknesses?
true, but also,
Gary?
I was pretty engaged by the fact that by all the little like missions you had to go on to get Eris her memories back.
But that's endgame. That's side missions. Like side missions in this game could not be better. I don't think the side missions could be in a better state.
But
to be honest, the gameplay is good.
But they continue the story. Like they continue the story.
Okay, well, dear, how do they continue the story? Like I feel like you have to admit that quote unquote finishing the story means to some degree playing the same content in order to get different lore books every week. Like the game isn't telling you that as an intrinsic part of its story. As far as the Shadowkeep story is concerned, Eris is in a cave. There's a ghost. Oh no!
What do you want to do? We've been in.
Aren't you the fire team leader?
Minutes.
Didn't you invite me?
Well, what do you want to do?
Why don't you pick something, you crab?
What do you want to do?
Give me the leader, please.
Okay,
give me the leader.
We're just gonna.
Too much responsibility.
No, I'm gonna.
I'm inviting you. Then I'm leaving. I'm inviting you. This is too much. Too much. Too much.
What is it that you wanna do? Oh God, you could have just said what
No.
you wanted to do. Fine,
Listen.
whatever.
You come in here now. Get in here. Get in the party. Listen. I was just saying, I love the lore, but I just felt like as the story was portrayed, it left me wanting a bit. You know, it kind of begins on a cliffhanger and ends on a cliffhanger, and we're no closer to the pyramids, the darknesses, you know, any of that than we were before we started. I don't know anything about those Red Hive. I don't know anything about, you know, what's good with you, Eris. What's good with these phantoms? I thought when we found all those phantoms, you know, her brain would explode or something, and her third eye would recede into her head. I don't know. Nothing happened. I mean, I got some really good lore out of it, but as far as it telling it to us, like a thing, I don't know. I don't know, dear. I like Shadowkeep, but you know what? Shadowkeep felt like to me. I feel like we played Rise of Iron. I feel like
It was a little. Well, they said that though. They said that it was gonna be about the size of Rise of Iron.
okay, that's awesome. So I mean, I don't know what that means. I mean, other than, hey guys, we repeated the same trajectory as our previous game. Unfinished but confused product hits the store shelves at launch. Then it gets 2 booty ass expansions that we add on to the game. They don't add much. They're kind of booty. But then we do the overhaul expansion, Forsaken. I mean, Taken King. And then we follow up the badass expansion with a slightly scaled down and less content filled, but still competent and enjoyable expansion in Rise of Iron. I mean, Shadowkeep. It's almost the same trajectory.
Well, I'm not talking about Destiny as a
I am.
whole.
You have to talk
I'm
to.
saying that they
You
did.
have to talk about Destiny as a whole. It's
Well,
an ever-evolving beast.
What I'm saying, my point is that they said ahead of time that Shadowkeep was going to be about the size.
Okay, but I don't know what that means. Are you
Rise
telling?
of Iron is an
Okay, so
expansion.
are you telling me that they told us to expect mediocrity instead of their best? I don't know what that means. Like, were they setting a bar for quality by saying it was the size of Rise of Iron? I mean, sure, it's the size of Rise of Iron. What does that mean, though, as far as the way it tells its story, or the way the missions are designed, or
content,
the way
it's so you don't think the missions are well designed? I mean, I guess I'm just trying to figure out.
I think they were okay. Okay. Oh, what was your favorite mission? What was your favorite mission in Shadowkeep?
Let us.
Can you remember them?
I mean,
the
probably
first
the
one.
first.
The one that they put all of the effort into?
Or the
Oh,
last
you mean the
one.
other one they put all of the effort into?
Well, that's kind of what they've done forever.
Yeah.
I mean, that's a valid criticism.
It is.
But I don't see how it's especially applies.
What do you
to
mean?
Shadowkeep.
You don't think things should improve from the model of, hey guys, let's put all of the effort into the first mission, then diddle you along for the remainder of the campaign until the badass final mission. Hun, you've played every Halo game. By the way, Halo reaches out. You've played every Halo game. Okay, there are moments, there's things about the levels, there's the gun. There are several things you can latch upon, okay? And there's a marked sense of improvement. I'm just saying, I didn't say the game wasn't enjoyable. I mean, Destiny's core loop is very enjoyable. And the hunt for, RNG, the hunt for items, doing the exotics, the exotic quests, all of that is still as enjoyable as it ever was. But when I try to think about the story they told, like the campaign, and how it affected the game world, or how it affected our understanding of anything in this universe without requiring the use of a grimoire card, I mean, it feels like in that respect, it feels like the same game. It doesn't feel markedly different than anything we've ever done before. It's like the loop is the same. The information's different, but the loop is the same. And
Mm.
I think personally, like when you played Taken King, okay, and it actually tried out some pretty bold for Destiny, some pretty bold and interesting new ideas with how to handle the campaign. They were like, oh, now this one is it's a stealth mission in third person. You have to sneak into the Temple of Crota and steal his essence. Oh, okay. This one, all right. Wait, you can't steal the essence. Now you have to run. Like, or you gotta fight this boss. And there were little things that they did that felt like, all right, we're gonna run through this level, shoot these things, guard this thing, shoot these other things. And while we do it, we'll entertain you with a story or some kind of tangible loop. And I felt like Shadowkeep was a little bit
Mm-hmm.
all over the place. It was kind of, I felt like it was so busy setting up everything that will come out that it didn't have any time for itself. It didn't have any time for Eris. I had no idea why I was fighting Dominus Gaul at the end of the game. Again, I had no idea. He wasn't set up or established. The nightmares weren't exactly collaborating to do anything to the moon. You know, what were the nightmares? Why were the nightmares? Who are the nightmares? Why are they nightmares of bosses we've already fought? Why do they even exist?
Why do the
Yeah,
nightmares exist? Um,
exactly.
well, I mean,
You don't ask yourselves these questions while you're shooting nightmares in the face. Like, why am I shooting this guy? This is why we're the cancer. Because Guardians, as long as we have a perfect paradox, or a Gajalahern, or a Crimson, we don't care. Just point us in a direction and let us shoot the things. You want to go on a nightmare hunt with me? Oh, you
Guardian down.
The Curse of Gabriel. All right, that's
yeah, I was
timed
playing
at
guitar
20
again.
seconds. Oh, and she's gone. All right. But yeah, like I enjoyed what we played, but I was left feeling a little bit raw by I mean, we didn't get any advancement. You know, I feel like at the end of Taken King, we had become an ascendant hive. We had the ability to pursue Oryx. We pushed Oryx back, threw him into his throne room. We knew that the next raid that was coming was going to be, you know, the final showdown with him. We had that to look forward to. And even in Rise of Iron, it was like
Mm-hmm.
Siva. You know, Siva's all over the place. It's on the Fallen. It's on the walls. It's on the trees. It's everywhere. Siva is everywhere. And there's a crazy Kel trying to use that Siva. You have to contain that ish. You know, even, you know, I'll say even Forsaken. You know,
Yeah.
we had Petra, we had Cade, you had, you know, all of the outlaws and hunting them around the Tangled Shore. Then when you thought you were done with that, you weren't done. Because Aldrin's a puppet. He's being controlled by a giant alien butthole. It's been seducing him the entire time.
You mean
Yes,
Riven?
Riven, butthole of dreams. Okay? And
But hold on.
and then after we, you know, avenged, after we committed our revengeance in Cade's name, the game changed entirely. The Dreaming City became this haunted, cursed
Yeah.
hellhole on a rotation every 3 days. And then the Dreaming City didn't change until the very first team finished the raid. Like, if you could say there was a carrot, you know, I saw the carrot in the past few entries. I definitely saw the carrot. For me, this time the carrot wasn't so much narratively and gameplay based as it was just. I was just looking at that battle pass. I was just looking at that season pass, like, what am I going to unlock? What next? What event are we
Mm-hmm.
going to do now? Like, I was hungry, but I didn't feel like for the same reasons. I still
Yeah.
enjoyed the game, but story wise, I was left feeling a little bit cold. You know, I wanted a little bit more on Eris. I wanted a little bit more on these phantoms,
Mm-hmm.
these things, these nightmares. You know,
Yeah.
I mean, is it just me?
Well, I felt like we got a lot on
Again,
Eris.
don't think of the
You
side
know, through her
missions. Just think of what
memories.
the campaign, the main campaign
But
gives you, not the side missions, like Eris's memories.
the main campaign does not give you much. But are we thinking about it as a whole, or
I
are we thinking about
well,
it as just
I
the campaign,
well, I was just saying.
or just the Shadowkeep
Well, I
campaign
was
in
just saying
particular?
the Shadowkeep content because I mean, hon, even if you wanted to include the Eris content, that's weekly content. That stuff you have to wait a week and then finish it, and then a week and then finish it, and then a week and then finish it. That's intentionally, drawn out content. But when it comes to like just what you learn and acquire
Hmm.
and grow from based on your time in Shadowkeep, it's like it's like a moon tutorial almost. You want to do a nightmare hunt?
Um.
All right.
Sure.
Who do you want to do? You want to go after Omnigul?
Sure.
All right. But yeah, I just I just think it's funny that it kind of is Destiny 2's Rise of Iron. In its own
It
way.
is.
Fellwinter Peak was a little bit cooler. It's a little bit cooler. Just a little bit.
Fellwinter Peak was really cool, and we got Boring
And,
Cave.
and we got Boring Cade, and we got the snowed out Cosmodrome with the Siva on it.
Yeah,
And
we did.
I thought Fallen with Siva was pretty interesting. It played in well with their characterization of scavengers. Like, oh, they found this stuff. Now look, they're rebuilding servitors. Oh, this makes sense.
Yeah,
I didn't get that vibe.
yeah, that's what they do. That
Yeah.
was very
That's
Fallen
the
like.
thing I didn't. I guess that's the kind of thing I didn't feel like I got from the Scarlet Hive, the Red Hive. At first I thought the game was going to be about Red Hive. I thought I was going to learn about a whole new faction, about them trying to resurrect voodoo out of the Hellmouth, how they connect with the pyramid, what it means.
Well,
And I kind of forgot about
that's
the Red
actually
Hive.
there, but it's in the lore.
And that's it. I love the lore, and like I said, we're blessed because we
Yeah.
love the lore. So we get all that extra context, especially when we're running around like crazy people just looking at things to pick up. Well, imagine this did not have a lore book. How lost would you be?
It would be very confusing and not as interesting.
I think it would struggle. Like it would do its best to make you really interested. You'd probably end up on the internet. But there's a lot to take in when it comes to this game's story. But yeah, I think I agree with you. The seasonal event itself has me a little bit worried. It was fun. It was kind of fun. I mean, I played Vex Offensive a good few times just to get some rolls. Because I swear, I mean, why would you give someone threat detector and rangefinder on the same gun? On the same gun. Why? Why would you do that? Threat detector works when 3 or more enemies are in close range. Rangefinder works when you're really far away. It's a conflict of interest. One of the more reasons Bungie's praise of RNG can either be really good or really kind of good.
Really kind of good.
Really kind of good. It could be a masterwork. Look at this perfect paradox. Look at this. They say I was the greatest Russian to ever live in a Titan helmet. Oh, I can't wait. And that's crazy. Because
So have you?
disenfranchised as I was, slightly, mind you, I'm level 178. I'm not gonna play. if I truly did not enjoy this, I don't think I would be 178. But I gotta say, it's amazing just how much that trailer for Season of the Dawn revitalized my interest in embarking on a new quest. And it feels like it's just in time too. Like it's just in time to save the content drought. Just when you thought you got all your stuff, it's like, what do I do? Here comes Satan 14's fist through a portal, ready to choke some Vex, like Wayne Brady. Saint 14 going to have to choke a Vex? And the trailer said, yes! I was very excited.
Yeah, so have you seen the new lore that's on
I
Destiny's
didn't.
website?
No. Who's the Laura boot? Saint 14 himself?
It's all Saint
Oh wow.
14 lore.
I was not made acutely aware of this. No.
I think Vice made a
Oh,
video
he
about
would.
it. Or he's making more than one
Where
video
are
about
you?
it. Yeah. It's really cool. I was shooting the thing from the
Coming
other
in
side.
without an unstoppable bow. I will equip the Leviathan's halitosis. Just give me a second.
Oh, that's an unstoppable ogre. Crap.
Listen, okay, we only do ordeals here, okay? Oh gosh! Ah! Listen, I don't like people playing around with my ghost, okay? So I have that out. Just you may have to throw out a rift.
You have the bow? Okay, great.
You know we don't play these on normal. Normal is for normal people. Boop. Ha ha! Boop. Oh, knock it. Boop. Oh, I'm gonna kick him in the face. I'm gonna do it. I'm gonna be that guy. Here it comes. Here it comes. Oh. It's funny because he's large. All right. That was a mission well done. Thank you. How you feeling?
Mhm.
How you feeling after that marvelous display? I think we need to kill that last nightmare. Are you gonna tell me something about this deep lore? Do I have something to look forward to tomorrow with Season of the Dawn? Cause you know.
Yeah, I mean it's pretty cool. So one of the things that remember when we saw Saint 14, like his grave. He had all these like
It's actually our thumbnail for tonight. Yes, if you
pieces
noticed.
of
We are standing over his body.
so all those
in the
like
meridians.
pieces. So all those pieces of like
Mhm.
cloth that are like hanging from him.
They have significance. Significance.
So they do.
Really?
Yeah. So yeah, he calls them his accolades because they were all pieces of clothing given to him as tribute by someone he
Oh,
helped.
wow. So he's got like literal hero scouts
And
that he walks around with.
basically, only, it's not that grim. They're just people who he helped, and they all gave him like a little piece of
Yeah,
whatever
like
they were
tattered bits of
wearing.
clothing and scarves, and that's wow. That's
Yeah.
as if I needed to like this character any more than I
Um,
already do.
right? He's very like, and if you notice, his ship, I think it's called the Gray Pigeon or something.
You know, wait. Do I have
His
it?
ship has
Do I
them.
have it? I don't think I have his ship. I'm not sure, but yeah, I did see it. It's called the Gray Pigeon. Really? It's
Guardian
actually
down.
pretty funny.
Yeah, his ship has them too.
Pretty funny.
And like a bunch of little bits of cloth hanging from it.
All right, let's get out of here. My shield's not gonna hold up much longer, and I do not have a bubble right now.
Guardian down.
Oh,
Sorry, we
jeez.
got you.
He's also Saint 14 is also really different from every other guardian in that
Lawful bit.
most guardians, remember yes. But also, most guardians like remember where they were, what they were doing when they got that really cool exotic. Like, oh, I was doing this and I got this really interesting thing, or I found this, or I defeated this
Yeah.
thing. Fate 14 doesn't remember any of that,
Wow.
but
Company man.
he does remember the names of every person that he helped.
Oh my god, you ass. That's nice. So he's like a true Titan's Titan.
Yeah.
I mean, he would give Wei Ning a run for his money as far as Titanness. Because my man Wei Ning, you already know his infamous quote. I put it on the last Instagram post. What of the darkness? You know, what then? I said, I'll punch that too. Like Wei Ning was the original Titan, but it seems like Saint 14 might be the proto Titan to end all Titans.
Saint 14 definitely. Well, he was around earlier than
Jez is not going to be pleased.
And Ariana. What?
You know what I love? When my controller dies midstream, I gotta tell you, one of the more edifying experiences I've had in my life has been in the midst of controller death. Crisis averted.
Okay.
Sorry, my controller died.
Um.
Hello? Testing, 1, 2, 3, testing. Testing the crab. Testing. Controller death. Alright, there we go. Controller died.
Okay.
Love it. I'm back.
Oh, and now your microphone is way better. That's good. I guess that's what needed to happen.
We're gonna have a long talk after the stream about you shading me live. Okay? Gonna have a long talk. Gonna have a long
microphone
by the brush on my helmet. We will have words. How dare you? How dare you? Don't say a word. Don't you say a word to me.
Yes.
Crab.
So.
Crab people. Oof.
Also, I mean, I don't know if Bungie was planning this the entire time, but the way that the lore positions it, you know, what inspired Saint 14 is basically us.
Yeah.
I mean,
I was gonna say, yeah, it feels like they did. If you read the lore on the Perfect Paradox, it certainly seems like that. He's inspired by you. Yeah. He's inspired by the way you protect the city. He also gets the Perfect Paradox from you. He says that you crafted it for him, and that you gave it to him with the knowledge that you would be getting it back someday. Like, there's so much in the lore. Remember, I read it last week. There's so much in the lore of the gun that suggests that Saint 14 seems to be operating in like a causal loop, almost like, you know, a Terminator or John Connor.
He is. Yeah, he is. And also, if you read the lore, the new lore on the website, when he talks about, you know, what inspired him
Guardian down.
to even become the guardian he is, you know, when he was young.
He was
somebody
young?
helped him.
Rebel.
When he was like...
I know, I'm being facetious. I'm totally being facetious.
Yeah. And he describes somebody like us. He describes, you know, a guardian, and their city was so different from the one that he lived
never
in.
spoke, except 8 words. No? Okay, wow, I love that. That's it's not okay, thank you for that. That's gonna keep working the more you do it. Yeah.
But I don't know, yeah, I think that's really cool. I love the fact that you can, that, you know, at some point we're going to give him the Perfect Paradox.
Yeah.
And I mean
mine's already masterworked, so I hope he has a new one to give me. I'm kind of attached to this one.
And like,
Man, eat a paradox.
but what he says is, you know, you crafted it on the Infinite Forge, and it's true, we did craft it on that forge. You know, the forge that was right next to Brother Vam's.
Yes, indeed. That's what I'm saying. Like, he has an awful lot of knowledge about, things he shouldn't.
Yeah, how we.
Like, he was around. Like,
Yeah.
dear, he was the speaker's right-hand man. That's how. I mean, how? How is he there and
Yep.
able to look up to us at the same time?
Yeah.
There's a lot going on there.
Time travel.
Next.
I mean, the only way.
Panoptes is messing around with the
Yeah,
timeline again. Damn it, Panoptes. See, that's why we had to take Panoptes out. See? I'm not going to bet Panoptes is going to appear in the Season of the Dawn. She's like, who needs time travel
He
when you have
probably will
reusable
appear.
assets? Stay woke. Okay, thrall in my face. Get
We
ready to
gotta
hit
take
Omni's
out
roll in a second.
the,
Because these
little-
nightmares are going to die very fast. Yep. Like I said, here today, gone tomorrow. Hit Omni roll with things. Can you stop that? This is not the Aladdin live action remake. This awkward humor. In my brain. I like I'm freezing.
Mhm.
Do you have a rift of healing?
It was right
Oh,
here.
I was gonna
just
say
now.
you should hold it down for the damage phase so that we have something to lean on when we take out all the
Oh,
nightmares.
I was just
Alright,
doing
cool.
that.
I got you. I got
Ah!
you.
They got me. They got me.
A shark ate you? A freaking shark ate you?
Yep. Indeed.
Alright. Well, that was depressing.
How did he get immune so fast?
Because you misgendered her. I mean, Omnigul's a she, dear. How dare you?
Okay, she. How did she get immune so fast?
RNDS. Man, what I'd give for like a grenade right now.
Wow.
That's why I'm here. That's why I'm here. You know why I'm here. Oh god. Oh no. The arc damage, it follows.
No, no, why I'm
I'm
here.
gonna double back. I'm gonna use defensive plan Charlie. Alpha Niner. Always a good one. Always a good one to use. The classic. Whoo! Get him out of there. Oh no, the fart clouds got me. Ah. Dear, it's all up to you.
Oh
It's all up
no.
to you now. Bangkok has me. I'm sorry. They trapped me in a cloud of noxious gas. Oh, nice. Oh, no, she's shooting lightning from her fingertips. Lightning from her fingertips. You see that? I told her that when she mastered the Force, she would be able to use it as I have. And look, see? It happened. I tell you, back in the day, I used to be a warlock.
Goodbye, amigo.
I was a warlock in Destiny 1
Oh, really?
back in the day.
Back in the day.
Legend has it, my antlers, were the size of like an albatross's wingspan. Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Nothing about my. Oh, really? We have to get your shoulder. We have to get your shoulder unlocked. Okay, Bungie. I'm disappointed. Okay. Okay. We need Zur to have this dance by next week. All right. No excuses. Hands down. Zur needs to be in possession of this content so that we all.
As long as your cheeks, I want your squeeze.
My what? What did you say in front of the kids?
Squeeze. That's like
Squeeze? What are you squeezing?
Yes. Nothing. I said I want your squeeze.
YouTube censors. This is a family-friendly show. She's talking about the fruit drink squeeze. And when she says shake it, she absolutely means like a Polaroid picture. Don't read into that too much. You. Okay, well that was weird. I forgot about Omnigul and her weirdness. There's one thing I like about some of these missions, and it's the whole. They really resemble their older selves.
Mm-hmm.
We can go back to the moon for a second. I never got around to doing that thing. We never got around to finishing that quest, did we?
Doing what? Oh, which one? The one where we had to
either the xenophage or I mean the other one is just voodoo. That one would require us to go into the That one would require us to go into the pit of heresy to finish it. Like, I don't think we're going to be finishing that until next season. But you still have the quest, right? Because if you already have the quest, they won't take it from you. It's if you haven't gotten the quests yet that they will just disappear. So for Ariana's Vow, you're good. Because you already have the quest. And you already have the gun. So that's good. And apparently Ariana's Vow is going to disappear after this season. So these seasonal exotics are serious. They're serious?
Ariana's Vow is going to disappear?
As a quest line for you to earn the weapon, yes. The gun itself isn't going to disappear. But it's a seasonal item that you can only really unlock, and it's catalyst during this season.
Wait, do I have the catalyst?
You don't, probably. You do have the quest for the catalyst, which is enough. But you probably don't have the catalyst. Because what you have to do to get that catalyst is very specific. And whoo, did I go through it? Woo! You have to use Ariana's Vow and play
I have the
Crucible's regular strikes and Gambit with it equipped.
Okay.
And your progress on that quest got better the further you got through the season pass because they gave you little XP boosters for your quest items and things like that. So for me, after getting all the boosters, I think doing strikes got you 1%, doing Gambit got you 1% to 2%, depending on whether you played regular or prime. And Crucible, it seems consistently gave me like 1 or 2%. I think it gave me 2 for Iron Banner. But either way, that's a lot. And you have to have it equipped. Like, you can't just have it in your pocket.
Right.
But I ended up liking the gun. It was nice. It was nice. I really like it. You've seen mine, right?
What about... Yes. What about the Symphony of Death?
Do hello. Did my controller die? I can't hear you. Oh, there we go. Nope.
Hello?
Yep.
Can you hear me?
All right, Verizon, I can hear you. But yeah, did you see mine?
No, but I was asking, did you do how about the Symphony of Death?
The Symphony of Death. Let me check that. I have it equipped now if you want to check it out. I will let you know about my Symphony of Death. Oh, I got the Essence of Anguish. That's nice. Let's see. Dark Dreams, Essence of... Oh, wow, I have the Essence of Failure, too. Let's go. Wow, is it actually on the 3rd page of this thing? No, I've got the Journey. Oh, no, I have the Symphony. Okay, so I need a Festering Bone. That's public events near the Hellmouth. And a Wandering Bone Collector on the moon. That all just seems like Hellmouth stuff. Let's head to the moon. That seems like what we need is in the mouth of the hell. Yes?
Okay.
Sounds
Sounds good.
Okay. We can make it there. There's a public event happening there as we speak. Speak of the devil. So you're all like 10 levels behind me. How's it feel? Did you like the idea of the artifact and how it contributed to this season? Because it's going to change tomorrow. It's going to be a whole new artifact with a whole new perks.
Yeah.
And,
Yeah, I like it.
I'm not sure whether you got all of the perks on it, but did you like the ones you did get? Bark? There's like 5 tiers. You noticed.
Yeah, I mean...
Like you can unlock something like heavy finishers later on. You can do finishers that generate heavy ammo for like half your super bar. Don't do it. It's not worth it. It's not worth your life. There's another one called Thunder Coil, which is amazing if you're an arc subclass, because it makes your melee attacks and your chain lightning more potent. You know, the 5th tier had some pretty cool things on it. I really liked how, you know, just having these items kind of gave you more reasons to want to do the thing. Yeah, like it makes me feel like their Bungie was really in touch with their audience when they were like, listen, we want to make a game, you know, that core Destiny players can enjoy. We can enjoy playing as well, and I think they really, really accomplished that. Because I gotta say, no matter how I played this game or chose to play it, it was really rewarding. Even if I was just wandering around on the moon by myself, I would just stumble upon some lore or a public event or 2 people fecking around doing something they probably shouldn't have been doing. You know, just the fact that, look, we're in the Hellmouth right now, right? Oh no, we're near the Hellmouth right now. Saros Halber is lit right now. You're in the middle of some crazy public event because you're nuts. I'm trying to figure out which way is the Hellmouth, because they don't put any signs up on the moon.
Yeah, I don't know why.
Because it's the draw. It's the draw. You know, it's just really well designed. Its weapons are really cool looking and fun to use and sound cool. And, you know, why not try every new one on a bunch of, you know, crab people?
And a bunch of
crab people. Yes, one and the same. You know, how they're going to improve this? Someone brought up an interesting point, and they're like, you know...
Oh, here we go. I made it. It's the Hellmouth. Alright.
Oh, nice. Look at you. I'm on foot. I'm looking for somebody who collects bones, which is a terrible double entendre that I feel like I should have more fun with it than I'm having right now. It's like, oh, is he? Yeah, he's a bone collector, is he? You know, I just...
He collects bones.
Moon bones. Like, do I want to know what that means? Whose bones is he collecting? The only bones we've ever seen on the moon are what? That of a gate lord?
No, there's bone collectors. Man, you're really far away. Alright, you're all the way on the other side.
Want me to wait for you?
Wow.
Just talking to these spirits.
Sure.
And die, and they're still there when I get up again. They're endless.
Well,
yeah. Well, hopefully, with any luck, I'll find one of those like ghost fragments around here, or like dead ghosts or whatever. Because I have not found one.
Still got all their stuff in your inventory, right? Yeah, the same thing happened to me. I don't get it. I am flabbergasted. I mean, I've seen them in like the corners of things. So, if you equip the ghost that you got with the game, it has something called Treasure Seeker on it, and that'll help you find some of the more hidden things a lot easier. It definitely helped me find 2 of the artifacts I needed. Yeah, it's the moon cheese ghost, this one.
Yeah. Oh.
Okay. So, let's see. The season pass, of course, went over the Undying Mind a little bit. The campaign. Yes, the campaign. Here, I have a question. And it's a critical question. It's the question that no Destiny player wants to be asked, but we all have to answer it anyway. Are you ready? Yes. How did you feel about the ton of loot in Shadowkeep?
It will be a ton of loot.
Yes. How did the loot game treat you? You felt this time around?
The loot game was on
really?
point.
Oh man, I thought you were gonna lead in with hobo armor.
I mean,
okay, all right. The loot game was on point. Okay, so I see you're wearing every piece of armor you've ever gotten. I see how you've completely changed your look. Okay. Oh, the loot game is on point. Oh, we didn't get hobo armor at all. Oh.
wait.
How about you put on that
Well,
helmet
okay. So I think.
with the solar panel glued to it?
Well, the purpose for getting that armor was so you could go and.
Oh,
do
you
the
mean
thing.
like becoming an
with the-
ascendant hive to enter Crotus? Okay, I'm not gonna do it. I'm not gonna do it. I promise I won't do it. Yes, we did. We had to get the Dreambane armor because it had Nightmare Banisher on it, which would protect us against the weird dark energy inside of the pyramid that was threatening to swallow our ghost whole. So we needed that armor, like, canonically.
And then. Right. But fortunately, once you have the armor, you can just put the Dreambane perk on different
baby.
armor, and you don't have to wear that crap.
As you can
Thank
see.
goodness.
I see
Yeah.
your dream baning.
Hey, question.
Yeah.
Question. So, if you want to redo that mission, can
Redo-
you? Even if you're not wearing the armor?
Yeah, of course you can.
That last mission.
As long as your armor has Dreambane mods slotted in it, they consider that protection. You don't have to specifically wear that armor, no.
And does the cutscene
Yes.
still happen?
Like if you redo it as a heroic story or something?
Okay.
Yeah, the cutscene
Yeah.
still happens unless you skip it. So you're wondering whether or not you can see it in,
Okay.
in real clothes that did not come from the Salvation Moon?
Yeah.
army?
Yeah, because I had a theory for a minute that the reason they gave you the hobo armor is so that they would only need to render your head and they could have a set body, like maybe 4 sets of bodies or
Crazy.
something like that. And they wouldn't have to render like all these crazy, like, you know, I mean, I don't know, not that that's hard, but I thought maybe that was a way to like
Well,
save
the
resources
crazy what?
or
All the stuff
whatever.
that happens on screen?
Yeah, like maybe they would save resources by only having to render your head. And not whatever crazy armor you happen to be wearing. Because, you know, the thing that talks to you is basically
It
you.
does come to you in the form of yourself, yeah, which is kind of unnerving at first.
Right. Right.
You know, I think, just because of the way they operate, and we really have to play the raid to get a little bit more context into that, I feel like these two beings approach you in the exact same way. And that they aren't, I don't think one is
Which-
inherently evil or one is inherently good. I think they just exist on opposite sides of entropy.
Of
Entropy.
entropy?
Like one's the catalyst, one's the, you know, but I don't think that side is inherently good or evil. I mean, individuals can place that upon it, like the Hive, who take the sword logic quite literally and use it to, you know, use it for conquest. But as we know now, originally, you know, they were just destroying each other in the Black Garden repeatedly.
Well, no,
That's
not
what
really.
they said. They destroyed.
They were destroying... Were you talking about the flower game?
Yeah.
Yeah, but that wasn't. They weren't destroying each other. They were creating other things that would either survive by the soul or
Dark.
not.
The dark.
Okay.
So they were. I mean, you could look at it like they were creating a bunch of little universes and seeing which would make it and which wouldn't.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. But then didn't they? Okay. All right. Well, I was under the impression that yeah, I guess so.
Yeah.
I don't know.
We do need to read. We should do all the lore at once at some
Yeah, you
point.
said that. Yeah, I remember you said that last week. We should definitely when we get it all.
Is lost.
I think I've got like 2,
Yeah.
3 books left.
Yeah. Same.
I've been trying to do
same.
Eris's bounties. I don't really pick them up like that because
Never be whole.
brother's got only so much time to spend on the moon. All right, the moon.
Yeah.
Use finishers to defeat.
Man, there's
fallen.
like nothing
Loot
here.
chests. Yeah, I think the bone collector is ducking us. I think he's somewhere else. I don't think he's in the Hellmouth. I was kind of waiting for something like that to appear, but I don't think he's out here today. He does. I hear he rotates around the anchor of light though.
Okay.
You want to head there quickly?
Yeah.
I don't care what your mama
I'm
said.
teleport.
Christmas time is here. Oh yeah. So Saturday Night Live is a holiday tradition, I say. Along with the song "Christmas Time Is Here," featuring Horatio Sands, Tracy Morgan, Chris Kattan, and of course the inimitable Jimmy Kimmel on the pianos. Chris Kattan with that head swing. What? I feel like it's like Charlie Brown Christmas. You can't go through an entire Christmas and not listen to that song. I mean, where is your soul? If you do this, why would you do that? Yeah. Wait, you don't know Christmas is here?
Nope.
You know, for someone who aspires to be in the crab of TV, you are notoriously not up to date. And you know what? That means you're on your way. Because most people in Hollywood have no idea what's going on outside of it. You're like, who did what? I just saw him last week. Okay, fine. Yeah, man. I hope he's okay. Thanks, Sarah. But yeah. All right. See you, senpai. I am never coming to save you again.
Oh, sorry.
No, you're not. You just wanted to Ray me. Like when Finn grabbed Ray's hand in The Force Awakens, she was like, I don't need any help. In parentheses, from no man. But it's alright. I won't save you.
From no man.
Well, no, I think someone pointed this out, and I totally agree. I don't think that was, I mean, it could have been, but I don't think that is as much a weird, like, randomly feminist declaration than it was. You've got this character who's been living on this sand planet for as long as she has. She's developed her own survival instinct, and the way she relates to these creatures has been tweaked drastically, over time to react a certain way. So, this is a situation she's never been in before. Finn's first instinct is to grab her hand, and I think at first she read it as a net negative. Like he was trying to do something for her. But when it became kind of plainly obvious that he was really just trying to help her, by the time they get back to the ship, she's actually kind of warm with him. She's like, whatever. Yeah, we can be friends.
Yeah.
So I kind of read it that way, more of like a, when people get grabbed out there, she's just very used to it, meaning, oh shit, they're gonna drag me away to a slave pen, or I'm about to die.
Yeah.
Yeah. So
right.
It's little things like that, little shadings like that made me appreciate her in 7. But mystery boxes, they're wonderful. And then you have to write the story, and then
Mystery box.
and then Damon Lindelof is screaming somewhere like, "Don't call me! I just fixed the leftovers. Leave me alone." The prolific guy. Well, I know he's working on what's it called. He's one of the writers on Watchmen right now. So good on him.
Watchmen. Are you up on Watchmen?
Not the latest, but it took it's a show. It's the manual of sports cars. If a show were a sports car, this show drives in manual, and this is my first day out on the road. Like, had this show been in automatic, I don't think it would have captured the ire of as many people as it did. But I will admit, it takes like 3 episodes to really get going. And if you've never read the comic, you're even more lost. I'm glad I read the comic because there's shit in the, things that you can't properly contextualize, like the squid raining from the sky. You know, that's something that you can't contextualize if you've only ever seen the movie.
if you haven't read the comic, you should not be
that's
watching
true,
this show.
but they don't preface it with that. And I mean, most people that discovered Watchmen in this new generation saw Zack Snyder's movie.
Or watch the movie. I think watching the movies, actually, no, I take that back. Watching the movie is not sufficient because the movie omits the whole squid thing.
It kind of abolishes that.
You know?
Yeah, for the sake of like, oh, it's a nuclear bomb. Like, okay, because Zack Snyder didn't want to make a giant CG squid, but HBO does.
And it's also kind of a weird plot
It is.
device.
It's not very believable.
You know, HBO doesn't give a fuck. HBO is just like, you know what? We're gonna do Watchmen, motherfuckers, and it's 30 years in the future. Haha. Like what?
I don't think anyone so much minded as much as they did. Like, all right, can we agree that it's a little bit at first? It's kind of heavy-handed.
It is a little bit heavy-handed at first, especially some people thought that I talked to. Some people were like, "Oh, you know, I love the dialogue. You know, when she goes, oh, you know, I can smell racism a mile away, and you smell like bleach." And I was like, "That's actually not the best example of the dialogue in this show. I do enjoy a lot of the choices that they made, but I don't think that one is a good example. But the entire show is like that. I think it not the whole with the bleach thing, but with just being like whoever the writers do not play. It's the only way that I can put it, really. They're just like, well, if that upsets you, you should not watch the next episode, because we're about to double down.
Boy. And you know, here's the thing. I will never mind things like that as long as they are organically woven in and not just blatantly sticking out on the side like the most sore thumb, you know?
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
You know, and as long as the message is clear, it relates to the characters in a clear, concise way, it has something to do with the plot. Like, I mean, you're talking about a show that opens up with the Tulsa race riots, okay? I just had to, all right, this is something that is so selectively stricken from the history books. My mom didn't know about it. I had to explain the intro of Watchmen to her. She did not know, and this happened in like 1929, early 1930. She didn't know about it.
Yeah.
She was like, oh, there was a riot at the beginning, and I said, you know what that was, right? And she was like, no. Oh man, I had to sit down and have a talk with her, and she was like, and it's like, yeah,
I had to look that up myself. I didn't know about that.
That was a thing, and it was definitely a thing that happened. 10,000 black people. Homeless.
That was bananas, and I think the show only, like, it has, I will say, it has maybe 1 or 2 episodes out of the, I think it's gonna get like 8 episodes. I think it's 8 episodes, 8 or 9, maybe 10, whatever. Some of the, maybe 1 or 2 of the middle ones are very HBO, which are like, it's basically advancing the story without advancing the main
Also, table
plot.
setting.
Yeah, that's very HBO. The Sopranos did it a lot. Pretty much every classic HBO show you can think of did it a lot. Where there are a couple of episodes in the middle that you're just like, okay, I feel like things didn't move, but if I think about it, they actually did.
Yeah, it just moved in a really small but crucial way.
Yeah. 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 But the last episode, like, I think the last 2 episodes specifically have been like, fuck, this is nuts. This is bananas. I think next week is the last episode
Oh
of
wow.
the season.
I'm down with that. No,
Yeah.
I'm fine with
So
that.
if you
yeah.
want to catch up, now's
Alright.
the time.
I'll do that.
Yeah.
Well, that makes me happy because nothing makes me happier than a show that has the confidence to know where its season ends. What they're gonna withhold, what they're gonna tell you.
Does anyone read me?
Yeah, I read that it was actually written as like the season was written as a standalone story. So I definitely see that. I don't know what they're gonna do for season 2. They're definitely getting a season 2, no doubt.
Oh yeah,
But
it was in the headlines every day for almost 2 or so weeks. So it does stand to reason that if HBO is like, hey, we're not Showtime, okay? You get all the budget you need. Just don't let it go too off the rails. We don't want another Rome. Okay.
Oh man, Rome. Rome was a good show. It just cost too much money.
You were telling me.
I think.
You were telling me.
So HBO was like, "You're cut off.
like-
That's it. You get 3 seasons.
That's not a fake chef. That's a real chef. He's really making baguettes right now. That's real seasoning.
Yeah, like
The most decadent display of
It was a
casting I've
real
ever
chef.
witnessed or heard, at least from your lips.
I don't even know why they felt they had to do that though. I think it's partly because it was like the whole vision of the show was that it was Rome, and Rome was the city that had this feel to it, like graffiti in Rome was a thing,
Yeah, it's true. Just
and
bone
like
collectors out here.
there was this whole shadow society of women. Like the men would go off and fight in wars, and then the women were behind, kind of running the city in their own like weird way. They wouldn't do it directly, but they would influence events so that things would go their way. It's like,
Terrifying. That sounds really bizarre. I don't like the way. Am I allowed to not like it?
yeah, you're allowed to not like it. I mean, I'm sure that the men at the time didn't like it either, but I don't know that they were 100%
Aware that they were being.
against
Oh well,
it.
that too. I'll bite. Yo, stop trying to.
Well, yeah.
Because you said they were working behind the scenes to influence events, so how could they be?
Well, because I guess it's because the reason that was happening. Ooh, what is this? Oh, I don't want to do that. The reason that was happening is because they didn't really have power. I mean, but they would find ways to get things done regardless.
I got nothing on the moon, boo boo. You wanna go do a gambit or? Yeah, no.
Nothing?
I'm not finding this bone master.
Okay.
We can always crab it out after launch. We can have some fun. I mean, we'll probably
Okay.
be too caught up making Mercury great again, but I'm down for a little bit earlier if you are.
We can come back to the moon.
I'm down for a little bit earlier if you
Yeah,
are.
okay.
We started kind of late tonight, and that kind of snooted us a little bit. But if you want to do another Nightmare Hunt or you want to pop on a Gambit, I'm definitely down. Oh, there's a public event happening. Oh, look at that.
Let's do a
You love
gambit.
yourself some Gambit, don't you? When do you want to do the Reckoning? So we can
I
get you
do.
some Gambit armor. When are you going to be down to do that Reckoning, though?
We've done the reckoning.
Jessica,
Bunch of
Jessica, I'm not
times.
talking about half-assing the Reckoning or doing it just to do it. I'm talking about doing it with the intention of building you a Gambit armor set so that when you play Gambit Prime, you can have an extra layer and play a role. Not just, oh, we did the Reckoning. We
An
did the
extra
Gambit. We did the
layer?
Reckoning that one time. Yes. How do you think I have these full armor sets? From doing the Reckoning more than once.
I've done
for
it
the
more
love
than
of God.
once.
Jessica, do you have a full
mean-
Reckoning set, all the same level? That's what I'm talking about.
No.
I'm not talking about you doing it at all. I'm talking about getting you a suit of armor around the world. Tony Stark. What? That's what he said. Oh God,
Suit
it's
of
like you didn't
armor
see the
around the
movies.
world, huh?
Yes. He said he wanted a suit of
Alright,
armor around the
Tony.
world.
I mean, every other thing you say a reference? I'm supposed to put all these
They're
together.
they're
no,
not
no
hard.
context?
I mean, I don't think a reference to Avengers Endgame is that obtuse. I think that's pretty contemporary.
That was an end game.
Yeah,
Oh,
he said it
yeah.
in Endgame. He did.
was,
He did.
okay.
He said it at the beginning and at the end. He did. I know it's from Age of Ultron, but he reiterated because that's when they had that conversation about, you know, he's like, we're gonna lose, and he's like, we'll do that together too. That was in Age of Ultron. I had to watch Age of Ultron to find that out. I forgot what movie that was from. Yeah, it's like 23 movies.
Ah.
I can only remember so many celebrity names, hon. I'm trying.
I know. All right, so you want to go do Gambit?
Sure. As you can see, I'm wearing my full Reaper regalia. You don't go full Reaper. It's dangerous. It's pretty dangerous if you do. I wouldn't recommend it personally, but if you must, just wear a helmet. Preferably a Saint 14 helmet. Oh, actually, you are a warlock. Okay, you're a warlock. So, have you been to Zur? Because Zur, if you don't have them yet, has got him some transversive
just
steps.
fell out of the sky. Whatever intel it contains
Do you have the
belongs
exotic
with
boot
us.
known as the
Defend
transversive
it,
step?
Guardian.
No, not the newer version.
Do you have the
of them.
Lunafaction boots? Actually, I think that's what he has. The Lunafaction boots. Yes.
Oh, I think I have that.
Your rifts gain the additional ability to increase weapon reload speeds. Empowering rift makes weapons effective over longer ranges.
Yeah, I think I have that.
Okay. Because that's what Zur has this week. He has the Black Talon, which is that void sword that shoots out other swords, a la Zelda. Do you have that?
Oh, that's cool.
Would you
no,
like
I
to
don't
go
think
to Zur
so.
first and pick it up? Zur.
Sure.
Okay then. Zur is on Titan this week, and I had to look because I never look. I never read so far to see where he is. I just kind of look. I just kind of try to find out where he is, and then I still want to have the fun of looking. But he was in a weird place this time. Okay, so we're going to the rig. You ready? Got all your stuff in order? All right.
Yep.
Yeah. But yes, okay. So all right, listen. Tangent aside, I enjoyed the loot game. Okay, I thought there were a lot of cool new weapons. I loved Eris's weapons, little Dreambane weapons that she seemed to cobble together from a box of scraps. Loved them. Loved every single one of those. They had cool perks. They looked cool. They looked exceptional. They looked very different and very nice. Everything aside from the Dreambane armor and weapons for me kind of left a lot to be desired. At least, I don't know, in my humble opinion. Kind of left a lot to be desired because they were all reskins of things. The Vex stuff was just Curse of Osiris stuff with some Chia Pet sprinkled on it. This year's Iron Banner had the same armor as last season. The Vanguard armor didn't change.
I mean, I
Crucible
like the
armor didn't change.
No, the Iron Banner armor wasn't the Iron Banner armor
No,
different?
it was the
It was
Iron
different.
Truage
I
armor.
didn't have this
No,
stuff
it was the
before.
Iron Truage armor again. Remember the first time they put the armor down to a quest? It was the Viking stuff. That's what the armor was.
I'm reading signs of hive ritual activity, Guardian. Up for it? You've handled this before.
Okay.
I mean, it was cool, but like, you know, there we had no new weapons.
I liked it.
Weapons.
I liked it better than I liked.
Well, yeah, no, the Iron Will stuff
one
looked cool,
before.
but I was just like, really? We're gonna get the same weapons? I'm still
Yeah.
getting Sworn of the Raven and Roar of the Ape and
Oh,
Cheeks
the
of the Wolf.
weapons.
And
Yeah, I wish they would have brought new
Hey, hun.
weapons.
Yeah, like
Indeed.
I just felt like the weapon drops were kind of the same. I kind of wanted them to be different, but it's okay. The new armor looked nice. The new weapons were kind of. Yeah, you heard me. That's an English word. It's in the dictionary. Look it up.
No.
No. Okay.
I will.
Just
I'll
make sure you
look it
type it correctly in Google. It's case sensitive. Okay. Yeah.
up. Oh, is it?
Loot. All right, this way. Did enjoy it, though. I can see why some people like you know who will take umbrage with the lack of new Crucible armor.
Yeah. That's true. There was not a lot of new. There was no new Crucible armor. There were no new Iron Banner weapons.
And you know, when they're asking you to chew on this game at length, it's like, well, you know, if you keep putting flavor in it, I will chew. I mean, even if you don't put flavor in it, I'm still gonna chew. But you know, don't play with my emotions.
Is it this way?
Why else would I be here? Other than to
Oh,
lead
here
you
we
to
go.
the man himself. Actually, that reminds me, I need to come back here with my warlock. I picked up an isochronal or engram for the first time in my life, and it actually worked. Yeah,
Oh,
yeah,
yeah?
because you know, I have a lot of stuff with my Titan, but my other two characters are screeching. I really want to get that vest for the warlock that apparently just takes every precision kill you get and it makes enemies explode. What? So you mean I could shoot someone with like a sidearm and they'd still explode? Why don't I have this gun in my life? Yeah, it's let me see. It's you might have it. Let me know. It's called the loading tab. Ah, there we go. All right, exotic warlock. I know it's a warlock armor. Let's see. It is called the chromatic fire. Kinetic precision
Oh,
kills create
yes. The
elemental
chromatic
explosions.
fire.
I don't have it. They don't want me to become too powerful. Well, I mean, I already make it, you know, my business to carry around at least one or two weapons that have dragonfly on them. So you already know I like making the things explode. I'm sorry. I'm sorry you had to find out like this, but I like making the things explode. Oh, and by the way, when you leave your menu, that's not an arrow sticking out of the side of your head at all. I don't know where it came from. Yeah, so he's got the Dark Drinker. Is that what it is? He's got the Black Talon, the Lunafaction boots,
Oh, this is a
the
cool
Warm
weapon.
Husk crown, and the Stronghold, which I actually do like. It gives you unlimited defense with swords. So if ever, yeah.
Nice.
So I honestly, I think it's, you know, Titans. It's I don't know why they bother making armor for any part other than your torso and head, because the Titans' best exotics are in those places. It's like, do I want to use the Doomfang Pauldron or the transversive step? What? No, Doomfang. It's like, do I want to use the Helm of Saint 14 or the crest of
Wow.
Alpha Lupi? What does it do? Oh, it heals you when you put up a barrier? Oh, okay, that's much better than making my bubbles blind, people. You know, it's really hard to decide what you're going to use as a Titan, okay? But I tell you what, the legs and chest often lose out the exotic battle.
So I think I just got the last piece of armor I
Oh.
needed. I got the Faded Engram and I got the Astrocyte Verse.
I have no idea what that means. Can you,
Hold on, let me
Please do,
equip
please do.
it so you can see.
I feel like they need like dictation, like, you know, like Windows. Just can I click on something and see how you pronounce that? Because I don't know how you guys are making up these words. Brain hurts.
Alright, check it out.
Let's see, roster. I'm gonna pick Rooster in the main menu. Ah, there it is. There it is. That's what that says, right? Rooster. Okay.
No, it says roster.
Oh, the Astrocyte verse. Ooh. That is so very cool. But do you use Blink?
Not at all. But it was the last piece of armor. It was the last piece of exotic armor I
Nice.
didn't have.
Very, very Very nice. Good on you, boo. That's awesome. I think as
Yeah.
a hunter, I got a cool like the
Yeah.
graviton lance. Unfortunately, doesn't. What did it do before? It gave you 2 dodges before. Now, it's completely different now. Now the graviton lance helps your invisibility last longer. For like 2 or 3 seconds.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, it's not bad.
Oh,
Yeah, so I can either
interesting.
wear that or you know what I'm wearing, the beak helmet. Here, you know I have a Nighthawk. You stop that. You know I am here to shoot in one obscene shot into something. We killed Savathun before you dunked the void thing. Okay, that's how serious the Celestial Nighthawk is. This guy waited the entire fight for us to get Savathun's
Wow.
song to that point, and as soon as it opened its eye, it was over. I said, "Oh, that's why he was okay."
Wow.
That's why he did that. All right. Let me know when you're ready to leave. Like, geez, the Celestial Nighthawk is
ready.
still a thing? Oh, man. Savathun ate it. That's probably how people kill Brachus so quickly. It's like, oh, is Solar Burn on today? You don't say. Hold on a second.
The dust has commingled.
I think that's the way it goes in their head.
and I
I'm going to
are
assume
forever
that's the way it goes in their
changed.
head. Okay, so, Gambit Primo, Gambit Regular, or...
Let's do the Gambit
One of
Prime.
these days, we're going to get you into the Reckoning. We're going to get you a suit. Did you decide what suit yet?
Probably be
you
Reaper
got
or
to Reaper.
Collector.
Well, I'm looking to
I know
retire
no
from
reason
Reaping
to cause
personally, so
more.
if you want to take the Reaping, I'm good with that. I don't mind Reaping. I just like sending large blockers. That's all.
Mm.
You know, like I'm a Reaper in the streets, but I'm a Collector in the sheets kind of guy, you know? What?
Yeah, sure. Do nothing.
You're a crab.
You're a crap.
Why am I... Is my game this silent for a reason?
Do you have Wish Ender?
No, I think that's raid related though. Like I don't have any.
Oh, yeah, it's an
Yeah.
exotic
I
combat
don't have.
hoe.
Yeah, source an exotic quest or challenge. No, I never got it. I don't. All right, so I don't have the Wish Ender. I don't have the Izanagi's Burden because that's attached to a quest I didn't get to finish. For energy, I don't have the Taraba. That's a submachine gun apparently that you get from Crown of Sorrow. And for power weapons, I'm missing the Legend of Acreus. That's a Cabal shotgun. The 1,000 Voices. That's from the last Wish raid. The Anarchy, which is from Scourge of the Past. The Xenophage, which was that weird thing we were just doing. And the Deathbringer, which is another quest we're in the middle of. That was the exotic they added for Shadowkeep. Like, have you pressed Y on that thing? It looks insane. It's like the Hive wanted to build their own Galahorn. It's kind of what it looks like. It looks like a Hive Galahorn. And bless this game, everyone in the first damn month of Destiny was shooting me with that thing in Crucible. Like, can y'all stop? What is that gun? What are you even... Get that out of here. This is not the place for your paper mache projects. Do you see the way that thing looks? Looks like a
Yeah, it looks
repurposed
cool.
beetle. What creature had to die for the weapon to be this fly? Look at the front. Looks like a face. Looks like
I
the
don't
Raven.
know.
Oh no. Sing them a lullaby of death and nothing more. Wait a minute. Wait a minute. That's not a line
What?
from the Raven, is it?
Wait, what did you say just now?
Hold on a second.
Can you just repeat it?
I have to look at... hold on. Sing them a lullaby of
Okay.
death and nothing more.
Oh yeah.
This is a Raven gun. You know what? Now we have to get this weapon. I'm gonna chart us a path. Maybe we can get it before we sate 14 out.
Falling on the
What the deets
horizon.
are.
Let's roll.
I see. You see my suit? You
We
see,
got
you see?
one
You see?
safe city.
Mm.
Fallen sack the rest. Reminder
That-
we don't forgive.
Do you not see the Reaper drip?
Yeah.
You see the glowing snakes?
Ready to dance.
When you've got all your
Lock and
perks,
load, Reaper.
the symbols
Go
glow.
wreck some faces.
You know.
Hostiles
I think you'll like
incoming
it.
at command.
Also, I don't know if you've gotten this, but I'm gonna try and get it.
Okay.
There's apparently something you can get for, you know, liberally using submachine guns in Gambit to kill all of the things. Yeah, there's
Oh,
a
yeah.
Gambit submachine gun that you can get. There's a little like exotic quest for it,
Ooh.
or not an exotic quest, but like a pinnacle quest. Sorry, always end up missaying that. I really like the pinnacle weapons.
Interesting.
I got the Vanguard one. That
Me too.
machine, that solar machine gun they give you is very cool. How did I run out of ammo for the Huckleberry? That's not even right.
Hostiles
Don't you
I
have
do.
the catalyst?
burrow.
But I mean, it does. It's
Then you should not be
Hun,
running
it-
out of ammo.
well, no,
Ever.
and I mean, it keeps me from reloading, but it doesn't keep me from running out of bullets. You would just think that they drop more primary ammo, like I wouldn't run out, but no, I actually ran out of ammo.
You just dropped a
Let's do
taken
this.
on the other side.
I was kind of conflicted. I think I want to use the risk runner because that's what you're talking
Your
about.
target's
The
marked.
risk runner is the one that refills itself constantly once you have arc damage. The Huckleberry just reloads itself
Oh,
after
yeah.
every kill. Yeah, I think we're gonna risk run. This is a bit much.
That's what I'm using right now.
Damn heathens. Okay, so I'm gonna use this bow. I'm gonna use this no. Where's my submachine gun? Oh. Did you master twerk that
Target's
thing?
not getting away.
Did you twerk it?
The
No, you twerk-
Huckleberry? Yeah.
Did you twerk your risk runner yet?
Watch it. You're shedding moats. Kill the
No, I don't have the
blockers.
catalyst.
Oh, we gotta get that for you.
I don't know how to get it.
Moats
Yeah. I
draining.
think
The
it's supposed to
blockers
be
must
just
die,
like,
brother. Invade
I think
strike.
I got it from a strike
but
team.
Hostiles
I don't know. I
incoming
just
at
haven't
command.
gotten there.
All right, be careful if you're carrying any moats. There's an invader on deck. Remember, he knows where we
Fuck.
live, so don't try to hide. Just try and keep an eye out.
Guardian down.
Where are
Oh,
you?
he got
Oh,
me.
you're on the same side as me. Okay. Up.
I was, yeah.
Okay. Fuck.
High value target is on the field. Hunt it down. Put some rounds in it. Invaders off the field.
I don't know why I played into that so. It's okay. It's okay. It's only 5 moats. Somebody's camping the heavy. That's cool.
I had more than that, but I guess it's alright.
How many did you have?
I
Ah!
had like 15.
Should have been out of there, yo.
Yeah.
It's all right. We'll get you.
Watch it.
You know.
You're shedding moats. Kill the blockers.
Oh, is that my cue? You know, I'm not a sentry. I'm a reaper. Okay. More offense, less defense.
Yeah.
You know, kudos to them, but they're making these invisible enemies so hard to see.
Yeah.
Portals primed.
I don't
Go
have
make a mess.
invader, you know,
Your
collateral
allies
right now, so I
invading
don't
the
wanna
other
jump through the
side.
thing.
Target marked. Nice.
Not really. No.
No.
I'm carrying a bunch of modes. I don't have any heavy ammo. I don't want to do it now. God, I feel like Hawkeye at the end of
Target's not
at
getting
the end of
away.
Endgame. I'm just going through these tunnels, just shooting
Incoming
arrows at things.
hostiles
Jeez,
at the rig.
help me. Did you
Your
catch any
allies
part of
back.
DC's Crisis of
Kills on
Infinite
either
Worlds,
side.
aka the CW's DC Cinematic Universe's version of Civil War?
No.
Dear, I saw Tom Welling. Dear, they actually went to Smallville.
You're being
I was like,
invaded.
oh my god.
Find them before they find
And
you.
then they were in Metropolis, and I saw Brandon Routh, and I was like, wait, what?
It's got a prime evil.
And then they went to Gotham, and hun, I shit you not, wearing a full body brace was Kevin Conroy. And I went, what? All right, pack it in, everybody. Kevin Conroy has officially played a live action Batman. We can all go home now. It's over. This multiverse, it was crazy. I was like, they really put their ankles into this multiverse thing. They were not kidding.
I gotta
like,
check that out. That
They
sounds
threw
worth.
ankles into it. I was like, oh my gosh. They had Oliver was out there shooting things, and he was like, Oliver. And he was like, what? He's like, did you escape yet? And he's like, are all the civilians evacuated from the city? And he's like, no. He's like, then no. Now is not the right time to escape. I was like, go Arrow, you card. I was just like, oh my goodness. Arrow. This is the greatest thing I've never seen. See, this is where all the good writing and this is where they were hiding. They were hiding in the DC TV shows this whole time.
Yeah. Yeah, it's true.
Yo, this invader is chasing me!
Invader's gone. Get him next time.
All right, well, since you spoke it into existence, now I have lost 15 votes. I hope you're pleased.
Allies
no.
headed to the other side.
You're like, but I
I'm
lost
not pleased.
15, but you didn't lose much. Have I lost enough votes yet? Is that enough for you?
No.
Snort.
Hostiles incoming
Yes,
at
dear Tom
command.
Mullins, okay? In 2019. Tom Mullins. He was just on the farm wearing a plaid
That's
shirt.
crazy.
I was like, word. Word, Tom Mullins, is that you?
So he was like,
Target marked.
what? I don't
He
even
was
understand how
clarking
that
out.
Back for 3
Was he
kills.
like,
Yes.
wow.
Somebody said. No, you know, oh man, I
Yeah.
almost heard the theme song in my head when the song. I said, this is insane. They're actually doing like a multiverse storyline, and they're doing these crossovers in the most meta way possible. Living.
Like, they're not even supposed to be connected. That's what's crazy about it. Like,
I didn't show you the set picture I had on my phone, where it was like, oh my gosh, hun,
no.
it's a Daily Bugle headline, right? It's a Daily Bugle headline that says, like,
Portals up.
Bruce Wayne to wed Selena Kyle at Gotham Gala or whatever. And it's a picture of Michael Keaton on the front of the newspaper. And it's like,
What?
yep, just about went into a full-on nerd.
And who's
full-on
Serena
nerd
Kyle?
coma.
Invaders down.
Is
But they
it
secured
Michelle
Well, it was
Pfeiffer?
only Bruce's picture on the front of the newspaper, so the world will never know. I think it's like one of those. It's like a passing. It's like an Easter egg that you could catch if you were eagle-eyed enough. It was just on the wall of Perry's office in the Bugle. But it was like, what?
Hostiles incoming at the borough.
It's why are they doing this to us? Like, I may not have been here for all their respective shows, but I'm here for this event. It is an event. Oh my goodness.
Yeah, that's what's up.
Kevin Conroy, in real life, he was like Kate. I was like, oh my
That's crazy.
Your allies invading the other side. Portals up.
And Ollie, oh my god. Did someone fuck up and did he go like, you have failed this city? Like,
Where have I heard that one? Where have I heard
Your
that one
allies
before?
down, but they managed to kill. Target's not getting away.
I gotta say, it's like a multi-episode thing, so you should be able to catch some of it if you're gonna watch it.
Hold
That-
on there. Fill the bank to summon
yeah,
a prime
I
evil.
do.
The attention to nerd paralysis that they paid, though, is definitely commendable. They clearly wanted
Yeah.
to make everyone nerd paraplegics by the end of this. Oh,
All right, you can still win this. Burn that
I mean,
prime
can we
evil to
still
the
win this?
ground.
okay,
I
that's
don't
an
know that
invader.
we can.
Being invaded. Find
think
them
I know
before
where
they
he's coming
find
from.
you.
Only part of the map we're not in.
Portals ready. Go say hello.
Or not, or not.
Allies headed to the other
Still paying
side.
attention to the other side.
Yes.
I don't see nothing. He might be right next to me. I think he's right. Oh, yeah. Bollocks. Is that you?
Guardian
Oh,
down.
I see him. There he is. And I'm dead.
No.
Ah.
Oh.
Invader's gone. Get him next time.
So
I don't think this one's winnable.
I will admit, no.
Not unless somebody invades and obliterates them.
I can make an attempt. We have no portal. An attempt is always an attempt.
Yeah.
The problem is the more you get
Yeah.
Primeval Slayer, the more it multiplies.
Guardian down.
Jeez.
Faster.
How did I
Yeah.
die?
Get him next time. Portal's
I
up.
died in the...
Go
I
take
did it
them
again. I
I
died in the
know.
middle of a drop
All
kick.
right. Feed your light to that
Okay, Drifter,
primeval.
no, we can't feed the light to the primeval. Your enemy can't kill if they're dead. Maybe you need to sit with Shax for a while and just, some perspective there. Well, you absolutely killed it.
It's trying. Their Chin Man was just killing invaders, basically.
Oh, so he was a sentry the whole game, basically.
Yeah.
I think that guy had
Okay.
an invader suit on, though, because he was... I feel like I had him at one point, and I just... It was like damage. I laugh in the face of that. And I said, wait, what? It's damage, though. Why can't I do that? I'm not supposed to laugh in the face. Okay, I guess.
I left in the face of danger.
I knew if I said it. I knew if I set it up, you would... No. I fully expect you to, when I say computer blue, you know exactly what I mean. Darlene picking. Ow.
Mm.
Listen, I just saw that today. It took me right down memory lane, okay? Oh, yeah, well, I was telling my mother,
Yeah.
the impact of Chappelle's show on a populace, what it did for sketch comedy, how it revitalized and in some cases elongated the careers of several people. I told you, I saw Lil Jon doing a car insurance commercial the other day going, yeah! And I was like, man, I hope you send Dave Chappelle like a fruit basket.
Oh, man.
Like, just, yeah, like every year, just send him
Every
a fruit
year.
basket, like, yo, thank you. Because of you, I will be eternally relevant for my yes,
Okay.
okays, and whats. It's like we didn't realize it was a thing until Dave Chappelle said it, and then it never stopped being a thing after he said it. That's pretty tough.
Yeah.
That's pretty powerful. Okay. I still maintain the video for Turn Down to What is one of the most
Indeed.
ridiculous, absurd, obscene, and more. Come again?
What?
What was that?
That's,
That is not how that song. What? It sounds like. Is that what you hear when you hear "Turn Down for What"? Is that? What instrument is that, perchance? I'd like to use it for my next musical production. Where in the Pro Tools suite is that? What folder is that in? Is it in the note
I don't
folder?
know. That's just the way the
Next
beat
to "Oh Hell
sounds.
No"? Listen, I don't like people playing on my headset, okay? You gotta Little John is gonna copyright claim this video now. You just had to do a pitch perfect impression of "Turn Down for What," huh? Great. Now we're
Yep.
gonna get copyright struck by Little John. And he's got Oprah. He's got the backing of Oprah. Here she's having his baby. You ever remember the skit? It's Oprah. She's having her baby.
Uh-huh.
Skeet, 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 skeet.
Scorn approaching. Come to Drift.
Oh, okay. You
I
can't
lie
do
about
that when it's a
scorn
Dave
and
Chappelle
gambling.
joke too. Stop
They
that.
do scare me.
Jeez. just gonna move my shoulders. We're not gonna have a round like last time.
Drop.
I'm gonna reave out.
Hey Reaper, you awake? Let's see you find
Did
old
Drifter
Drifter
just
some
ask me to
food.
find him some food?
Hostiles incoming at the base.
I'm not that kind of
He
Reaper.
was like, you know how this works. Get it done. Get paid. It's like, wait, we get paid?
For me, he was like, hey Reaper, you awake? Bring me some food. Food? I'm not that kind of Reaper, okay? I'm a Grim Reaper. Okay, I'm gonna hide over here because the Scorn are a little bit antsy today. I'm gonna help you guys out from the sidelines though. They're being kind of fruity. If you don't mind cleaning up some of that mess I just made. I think the moats stay out a little bit longer when you reap. Yeah, so
Yeah.
good job team, good job. Good hustle. Smack.
Smack.
Not on your team, man. Donnell Rollins was on the Joe Rogan show not too long ago. And I swear, you know, you can't...
Who?
Ashy Larry?
Incoming wave at the
Ashy
drill.
Larry was on the Joe Rogan Experience. Yes, Ashy
Ashy Larry.
A.K.A. Donnell
Oh.
Rawlings. That's his real name. That is just going to follow him for
Oh.
life, I feel. When he used to be part of the morning show on Hot 97, that was like there was like, with Mr. C and Ashy Larry. He's like, my name is Donnell Rollins. It's a running joke of his life. He will forever be. Even when, I remember when Spider-Man 2 came out, and Spider-Man was securing his pizzas, and he was one of the people on the ground that was like, this guy just stole his pizzas. Yo, me and Kenny both looked at each other at the same time and was like, yo, it's Ashy Larry. It's like, yep. That's hey, sometimes you got that breakout role and
Yeah.
can't see as anything else. I mean, it's gonna be Ashy Larry.
You know.
I mean, I'd rather be Ashy Larry than nobody.
Half pint
Yeah,
taken,
true.
headed to the other side.
I think they said that Herman Munster, the guy who played Herman Munster, was like one of the first people that like,
Your allies
experienced that
invading
kind
the
of
other side.
typecasting, where it was like, no matter what he did, people just wanted to see Herman Munster. You know, sometimes they do that. People get so comfortable with you. They especially if you've been around a while, they get a
Invaders
sense of
down and
ownership
out.
over your
They're heading
persona,
back.
over your character, whoever it is you happen to play. And it's like, oh well, I only like you like this. And it's like, I don't care.
Got eyes
I'm
on
a human.
high-value target. Track
I
it
have
down.
feelings.
Watch it.
Yeah.
Okay, we
You're
got an
shedding
invader on the
loads.
field.
Kill
Oh
them
God,
all.
he's in the middle of the
Portal
map. He's near
prime.
you, hun.
Lock and load.
Back
You're
up, back
being
up.
invaded.
Oh,
Find them
jeez.
before they find you.
You good?
Guardian down.
Oh,
I know. I
Nope,
saw him
he got me.
sniping before it was too late. I tried to scare him, but didn't exactly work out in my favor. Bye,
Hey,
bitch.
you fight dirty. I like it.
Oh God, you know there's an upside and a downside to using the Risk Runner. Hun, you know this Vex pool, you can jump into that
Okay.
thing and immediately get yourself Arc Conductor. It's technically
Ooh,
arc
that's
damage,
good.
and it powers the Risk Runner up. So I did that right before
Your
fighting this
target's
guy,
marked.
nice.
and it helped me kill him. But then it's like, wait, I'm taking arc damage. Oh no.
Woo! High-value
Alright.
target is down.
I'm gonna go back and save the base. No, well, thank you. Deposit.
Watch
Deposit!
your back. Invader incoming.
No, I was
Portal's
talking
out.
about my character. I was standing in front of the thing. I see the guy. I see the invader. I see where he is. Yeah, he was
Yeah.
right by the
Down.
bank.
You're
That's why I was
outnumbered.
like, deposit now. What are you doing? Yeah, I was kind of losing it. Just a little bit. Should I go over there? All right, stay here and kill ads? Sure. I'll help you out.
Hostiles incoming at the base.
Well, I asked and
Okay.
you didn't say anything.
What were you
What do you mean?
referring to?
Okay, I was referring to myself when I said, should I invade or not? I think I was talking about me when I said, should
Oh,
I?
definitely.
Your allies invading the
Oh,
other side.
invade.
I
Yeah.
was like, I have full heavy. Should I invade? And then it was like, so I said, okay. Well, I know when I'm not
Guardian
wanted.
down.
Oh.
It's all right, hon. There will be others. I'm gonna take out these extra scorn, and then I'm gonna hop across if the portal's still open. There's a lot of bosses over here. Jeez. A little bit too many bosses for my liking.
Yeah. These Scorn
Scorn are always the hardest ones.
are not playing around.
Especially in Gambit. They always seem like they're the hardest ones.
Portals prime. Go make a
Yeah.
mess.
Why won't you
Target
die? There we go.
Nice. Hey, you've got
All
enough
right.
to pull a primeval.
That's a good
Bank
primeval
those
turnaround.
modes.
Let's do it.
Incoming
Well, I've got
wave at
10
the
modes,
drill.
so whoever's coming after me, they better come correct.
I've got 6.
That's all right,
God
that's all right.
damn
We'll
it.
take them out. We'll still get a large and a small blocker. I mean, yeah, a medium and a small if I do it right after you. Boom! Hello, medium. All right.
You've summoned a
I've got some heavy.
primeval. Kill it,
Let's do
and
it.
the win is yours.
Let's do this, Leroy.
This
Oh,
is
is this
what
what the Taken feel?
Revel in this.
Apparently,
Oh,
that is
yeah.
what they feel.
I just got
Reload and
sniped.
come back.
I got sniped by a weapon called Alone as a God, and due to its weird... That's
I
gotta
don't
be
know.
a raid weapon. The only description I had was Alone as a God, lowercase. It is a sniper rifle. Huh. I am the perfect
Watch your
loving
back.
God, and all will
Invader
tremble
incoming.
to know me. It's a sniper rifle from the Leviathan.
Wow.
I mean, that's interesting as fact. I mean, it destroyed me in one hit, so, I mean, power to the people. Oh, jeez. Where'd that come from? Oh, there he is. Shit. Yeah, he's gonna come after me, but he's not gonna get me. Yeah.
Invaders out. You'll get them next time.
Distracted him just long enough. Well, I mean, I'm still gonna throw a grenade at him. I don't care if it, you know, it's gonna do minimal damage because I'm not standing in the light. Yes. Alright, let's get out of here.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. All we have to do is keep that up, you know, that thing that we don't lose. And I think we're good.
Yeah.
I think we're very good at not losing. The last gambit of the season.
Yeah. Yeah.
Invaders
Watch your
again?
back. Invader
Keeping a lookout.
God
Keeping a look.
damn
He's coming
freaking
from. Yep, he's
invaders.
coming from the far
Jesus.
end. Far platform. He's gonna be coming from behind the primeval soon. He's using that path, crossing across the middle.
Portal's ready. Go say hello. Guardian down.
Oh,
Got
come
you.
on. Yeah.
Hey, Jesus! Don't take it out on me.
Invaders out. You'll get them next time.
I mean, I'm not taking it out on you. It's just frustrating.
Nobody said killing him was easy. And besides, invaders run on light levels too, so if he's higher light from you, that just makes it even harder. You know, can't be helped. Alright, let's get the main guys and we're good. Art conductor.
here we are.
There we go.
Supercharged. Turn up the
Nice.
heat on that
Oh,
body.
you did the thing.
Guardian down.
It leaves ours, but
Watch your back.
we got an invader out.
incoming.
I'm gonna look for him.
Okay.
I think he's right across from. Oh, yep, I see him. He's in the middle. He's in the middle by the bank.
Oh, I see him.
Your ally
Nice.
Got him.
neutralized the invader.
Woo! Searching, man. You
You're
are
behind.
avenged. Revenge, actually. One envoy down. Why did you shoot me with the art gun?
Your allies
would you do
invading the other side.
Every single
I don't know.
mention I saw the SNL Christmas special the other day. There's a bubble behind the light. You want to get your primeval on with some extra damage. Weapons of light is right behind you. Get your DPS on my minions.
You're being
invaded again?
Find them before
Hide in
they
the
find
dome.
you.
Somehow.
Probably from directly ahead. Directly ahead. I got him.
Oh, I see him. I see.
You gave it to them.
I got him. Hey, at least we had the bubble. I mean, that bubble definitely helped because I think he's high. Ow.
Yeah.
Oh, flame damage. I hate having to deal with blockers and the primeval at the same time. It's like,
Lost the lead. Burn that primeval
Yeah.
down. Portal is primed. Lock
we lost the lead, really? Alright, time to jump into this
Yeah.
pool.
Allies headed to the other side.
Somebody's invading.
Shit, really? No, somebody's invading the other. Oh, somebody's invading the other side, not us.
Yeah. Yeah.
Your lights
Oh, shite.
supercharged. Turn up the heat
I'm
on
dead.
that primeval.
Godspeed, my peoples. Godspeed. You're winning. Do it. Do it now. My shoulders will come to your aid.
You got style, brother.
Yes!
See, there they are.
Heck yes!
I knew that. I knew that would work. Did you feel it? I was throwing the shoulder energy your way.
Lot of moats, lot of moats.
Shoulder energy.
Nice.
I was giving you that
This
raw
is all
shoulder
going
energy.
toward
Did
a
you feel it?
good cause.
I was too far away to get to the point. I was like, shoulders. Shoulders of the world. Lend me your strength. Like a shoulder bomb. King Kai taught me that the second time I died. I dislocated my shoulder.
Oh,
That
that was fun. I made it to heroic
nice.
team.
Do you feel infamous in your infamy?
I
Wanna
did
head back to
feel
the tower
infamous. That was.
and recollect?
Yep.
Okay. Oh, who has a... Oh! Lord Shax has an engram for me. Let's go. Thank you, sir. He does.
He
indeed.
does.
Yeah, I don't know. I might have done a bounty. I don't know. I think I did the bounties, but I didn't pick anything up from him. Who knows? Who knows with Lord Shax? But no. So, while we fly back and while we close out, Season of the Undying. How many crabs would we give Season of the Undying? Out of 5. Out of a 5 potential crab. Out of 5
Out of
potential
5?
crabs, what would we give Season of the Undying?
I gave it a 3.
I agree. I am inclined to agree. While the campaign did leave me wanting more, the numerous and lengthy and helpful and thoughtful additions to the gameplay kept me around. The weeklies, the lore, you know, the end game. I mean, say what you want about Destiny, but we all know that the main game lies in the end game. And I thought the end game was it was consistent and engaging throughout. I mean, especially if you're a lore nut, like, there was a lot to take in. There was a lot to explore. I liked all the quests that I still haven't gotten all the way through. And I think any season of Destiny, any event of Destiny where you finished it and you haven't cleaned out the entire game by that point is a good one. For the first time, I can say I literally had too much to do. Not, oh, I did it all. When's it gonna end? No, I think, yeah, I think they did great. I hope that what we get with Saint 14 is just as, if not stronger, narrative-wise than what we gave Eris Morn this season. Because if we can come back to Saint 14 for weeklies or, you know, insights into his life, you know, maybe hear a little bit more about the Battle of Twilight Gap. I'm still wondering how you're gonna earn that headbutt. Right, I have questions. But I'm quite excited for the Season of the Dawn. And even though there was no SRL in that trailer, Bungie, you're not listening to us. Bungie, we need SRL back. even though there was no SRL in the trailer, I think the music, the voice acting, you know, Curse of Osiris 2, Saints Boogaloo is gonna turn out. I think I have a good feeling about it.
Let me check that.
I don't know about the sundial though. That looks like Mercury Protocol. What does Joker call them? Horde mode, but not a horde mode modes. Yeah. It's like, I'm not just saying.
Yeah.
I'm just saying. It's like, I hear you. I hear you. You ain't lied.
Not saying.
He ain't
I'm
never
just
lied.
saying.
He ain't never lied. Okay,
Acknowledged.
he's right. It's a horde, but not horde mode. I mean, Vex Offensive is essentially the greatest Vex horde mode I've ever seen. It's amazing. And Escalation Protocol is the Hive version, and the Menagerie is the all races version. And although I think the Menagerie, at least in my opinion, is probably one of the best, if not the best, events they did. It was random. It was unpredictable. Every room had a different strategy and a different challenge in it. You could actually, through the chalice, pick what weapon you were going to get and what perks it had on it. Like, instead of relying on RNG, it's like, if I want this weapon, I can just make it in the chalice, and all I have to do is beat the Menagerie. I thought it was probably the best event they've done so far. I really like the Menagerie. I still go back and do it every now and then. I did it to get the fixed odds. It's a solar machine gun. It's like, yes, watch, when we unlock your second blah, 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 we can still go back there. I mean, the Black Armory Forge still works. You know. At least Black Armory and the Menagerie aren't going anywhere. R.I.P. Vex Offensive, though. It's okay. You will only be slightly missed. Only slightly missed. Sorry, Vex Offensive. The rent was just too damn high. They should have made you cooler. Like in his strike. To kill the Undying Mind in his strike was cooler in Destiny 1. He had to grab orbs and disable parts of his shield and use a giant machine. It was kind of voodoo. But hey, I won't begrudge them. This was the first content drop. Fingers crossed for Season of the Dawn. May the Widow's Court not make us too salty. And may you not get sniped trying to get the heavy out of that blatantly open window. Oh, it's going to bring those Destiny 1 vibes all the way back. It's a Cosmodrome map, dear. We're going back. We are going back. Any closing thoughts on your end? Season of the Dawn, Undying, Crab Nebula?
I mean, I enjoyed, as I said earlier, I enjoyed the Shadowkeep portion. I really enjoyed the lore. I really want to see the story just evolve.
You kind of have to go back to get those last few books.
I feel like
to the moon. Yeah, we're gonna have to go back to get those last books. Yeah, def.
Yeah. Yep.
I'm sorry, you were saying.
But yeah, I just would like the story to evolve a little bit more, so that I can. I mean, I just want the story. I feel like the story is so interesting, and I wish that the storytelling wasn't as abstruse as it is. But that's kind of where we are now. I did enjoy the content though; it was fun. I'm really excited to see what they're gonna do with Saint 14. They cannot fuck this up.
I genuinely hope, in my heart of hearts, that they saw our collective reaction to Anna Bray. You know, that's a similarly, it's a character that has a lot of mythology and lore behind them. I think they might have seen how we reacted to Anna Bray and how that potential was kind of just chucked out the window. I think, especially the way he was portrayed there, I think they're gonna do him. I think they're gonna do him justice. I mean, if that trailer was any indication, like, wow. He didn't immediately come out and say something that contradicted his entire backstory, You know, they say guardians aren't supposed to look into
Nope.
their pasts. What? Anna Bray, what? What do you mean, Anna Bray? Isn't that what we've been doing since this game started? Anna! You know, I whew, okay. Calm down. All right. Saint 14 is going to be cool. It's okay.
Mm-hmm.
I think he's Greek, though. Someone said he was Greek. Someone said he wasn't Russian. That was a Greek accent. I said, you know what?
That
He's Saint
sounded
14,
Russian
okay?
to me.
He's whatever he damn well pleases. Let's wait for him to come out and tell us himself.
Yeah.
Let's wait for him to tell us.
Yeah, that's true.
I'm down. But I think, you know,
I am
with
down.
that ends tonight's slightly up, slightly down, but all around awesome expert playlist where we ruminated, rummaged, we parsed, we peeled back the layers of the season of the Undying. I saw all of the things. I saw them except the raid. It's a solid piece of content, okay? Ariana's Vow. Excellent, excellent weapon. Thank you, thank you. Did you check mine yet? It's ridiculous. Did you see it? The Master Torque.
I did.
makes
Yep,
the
I saw it earlier.
magazine 9. And it auto reloads when you put it in your pocket.
Nice.
They fixed 2 problems. 2 birds with 1 stone. Now the gun is amazing. Anyway. Cool content. We are hoping. The Infernal Penguins are crossing their fingers. Saint 14, Godspeed. That'll be on our next episode, where we are going to bug the heck out. Do tune in for more shenanigans.
We
More
will.
John Travolta poses. More everything. I tell you. I think you know what to say to the people when the
Yeah.
people need the things said. I think you know. I think you know. You know the meta.
Well, I think should definitely check out our Instagrams and our Facebooks and our Twitters and our Facebooks
And our face Twitters.
and our YouTubes. Yeah, all
Face
that
tweets.
stuff. And definitely check out InfernalPenguins.com.
Are you absolutely sure that Expedia is not going to sue us for that? I feel like that's pretty
Pretty sure.
close. It's
Although
not
you
so
did just
close.
say
I mean, it's not so close that we
Expedia,
should get
so
caught, but I feel like
maybe.
I have to. Yeah, that's right. I'm getting ahead of this. I'm getting ahead of this now.
You could have
But
just
then they could
ignored
accuse
it.
us of flagrant disregard.
No,
I can plead insanity. I mean,
they
I
couldn't.
feel like we have plenty of evidence on the episode. It's
Yes.
just-
I'm just gonna go lay down. Late. And my arms are sore.
All right, Insanity Creature. You heard the lady. Thank you for watching. Catch us on all of the sites. And with that, I think we bid you adieu. Good
Adieu.
night, everybody.
Good night.
Wait. This cannot end
Thank
without
you.
my shoulder. All right, there it is. There it is. That's what you're paying for. That's it. That's the 720p shoulder of your dreams. There it is.